Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. And welcome to another edition of Coaching from the Couch. I am your host, CWall. As always, it is such a pleasure to be here with you all. Always a pleasure. Always awesome to have a forum where we could come together and talk our favorite DC sports. Gotta absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I see Johnny has checked in. Welcome, Johnny. I don't believe we've met virtually before. Welcome to the CWall family, Coaching from the Couch, here to chat about all your favorite DC sports teams. And as everyone is coming in, we have to say what's up to CWall team member. She facilitates the chat each and every week, Joy. So everybody say what's up, Joy. And then my mom is checking in. Mama Waller checks in every single week, you all. Right along with the rest of the CWall team. So everyone say hello to Mama Waller. She is checking in. And as we're waiting for other hype, loyal, dedicated DC sports fans to check in, I want to make sure you all are sharing this show with your fellow DC sports loving family and friends. We already know Lash has checked in. Kayla, huge Mystics and DC sports fan, dedicated season ticket holder for the Mystics. Hey there, Kayla. We see Sabrina has checked in, another CWall team member. Make sure you all are tagging your fellow DC sports fans into this chat, because you can always watch the show later. We all know that, right? We can always watch the show later, everybody. But isn't it tons of fun to have this conversation live? Daz has checked in. Damon has checked in. So listen, you all, very similar to every single week. We're going to go through the professional sports teams in the DC area. We got the Mystics up first. Unfortunately, the Mystics are going through a losing streak, but the Mystics are up first. Then we're going to jump to the Nats. We're going to do some Wizards talk. And then we're going to close this thing out with the Washington football team. I think I'm seeing I'm seeing all types of new names and new virtual comments and faces. I see TJ. Hi there, TJ. Give me a like or a love emoji if you are ready to get into the conversation. I see Wallace has checked in. Definitely need the like or love emoji to let me know that you all are ready to talk about all of our favorite DC sports teams. Y'all ready? So let's go. As I just mentioned, everybody, the Washington Mystics last Saturday, 4th loss in a row. Wow. Still hoping that they can turn around, is what you're saying right now, Wallace. Definitely, Kayla can speak to this. Kayla is a dedicated Mystics season ticket holder. She can speak to this as well as I can as a member of the media. Entertainment and sports arena is a blast. Make sure you get out there to cheer the Washington Mystics on. Like every week, I feel like a consistent household name for the Mystics this season has been none other than Tina Charles. Tina Charles is further stamping her being a leading candidate for the WNBA MVP award this year. So while the team is going through a losing streak right now, like I just mentioned, 4 games in a row, Tina is showing up and showing off, y'all. Now, last Saturday, when the Mystics played the New York Liberty, if you all recall, that is Tina's home team town, and that is the team where she spent most of her career, really all of her career, until she was traded to the Mystics last April. So Tina was ready, just like she was the previous game versus the New York Liberty. But that was here in DC. So this was her first time being back there at home, which was really not home, because my understanding, they're now playing at the Barclays. They were playing at the Garden before, but now they're playing at the Barclays. As you all are saying, she is playing out of her mind. Tina finished 31 points, 16 rebounds, 3 blocks. She now has the most 30-point, 15-plus rebound games in WNBA history. She's had 5 of those games. So she now has the most of those types of games. So we have to shout her out. What was troubling about this Mystics game last Saturday versus the New York Liberty? The Mystics were way up. I think, let's check the score here. It was maybe by like 14 or so. They were up. They were up in double digits for certain. That second half was almost it was the opposite of the first. Almost everything that the Mystics were doing well and doing right in the first half, they absolutely were not doing that in the second half. That's right, Kayla. It was by 20 points. I was trying to give them some grace. I'm like, 13? Nope. It was basically by 20 points. I think it was 51-33 going into the half. And then Mystics came back. I think between the third and fourth quarters only scored 28 points. Not sure what happened there. I knew once I saw that the Mystics were missing free throws. I think Shavante missed some free throws. Tina herself missed some free throws. And it just seemed to not at all go the Mystics' way in that second half at all of that game. The officiating was not helping at all. But the Mystics dropped the ball on that one. So we shall see what continues to happen with this storyline with the Mystics. As you all know, Alina Deladon is still out. The team is still plagued with various injuries. But, you know, we're going to try to be positive. But that was definitely gut-wrenching to see the Mystics lose that game after being up and being so dominant offensively and defensively in that first half. So they play this Saturday. They play against the Chicago Sky. They will be in Chicago this Saturday, July 10th at 8 p.m. Make sure you are able to tune in if you can. So still gotta root for the Mystics, but definitely still gotta work out some kinks as well. I've seen some other folks join in. I've seen Darrell Owens from Legacy Makers Sports Network has joined in. So we want to say what's up to Darrell. Got to absolutely say what's up to James Chisholm. I think Stuart Small has joined into the conversation. So let's keep it going. Check in, Nats fans. Nats fans, where are you? Where are you, Nats fans? Where are you, Nats fans? So look. Last week, when we came together on Coaching from the Couch last Thursday, now weren't we all so super excited about Kyle Schwarber? Weren't we so excited? Oh my goodness. Wasn't that just last Thursday, I finally let the emotions show and I said, okay, offensively, they're getting it going. Kyle Schwarber, again, phenomenal. Then what happened? Kyle got injured. Kyle's been on the 10-day injured list. Absolutely need and want Kyle to come back. As Ron Blackwell is saying here in the chat, absolutely on fire, then got injured. I said, you know what? I believe, so we had that conversation here on a Thursday. That Friday, last Friday, Kyle got hurt. And I said, you know what? See, that's what I get. That's what I get for showing some excitement on the show last night. I should have just kept my poker face and not said a word. I should have said, well, yep, okay, they're over 500. However, not good enough for me, okay? Should have just kept it to myself. But nope, I gave in. I said, you know what? The Nats are, Kyle, wait a minute. Do y'all see what's happening here? Had to say something. Kyle is injured. Again, 10-day injured list. He entered the injured list on July the 3rd. So hopefully, well wishes, get well soon. The team absolutely needs Kyle for certain. I feel very strongly about this. Then the Nats went on to lose to the Dodgers. Okay, the championship Dodgers. Okay, fine. But I think the Nats are making a bit of progress against the Padres. So last night, that was pretty good. I said, okay, well, hey, at least they're getting the bats going. Juan Soto's getting it going. Trey Turner still having an absolutely amazing season. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So everybody, as Davey Martinez said, everybody in the lineup stepped up because they felt that energy. Kyle went down. I could tell they felt that energy. Kyle went down. Series against the Dodgers did not go well at all, but they sought an opportunity against the Padres, and they are stepping. Everybody is giving the energy. They're getting going offensively, and I definitely am liking what I'm seeing. To Ron's point, Josh Bell is heating up too finally. Remember early on, I didn't want to say anything bad about Josh Bell. But I almost did one week, but I said, you know what? Again, I try to give the Nats some grace through the month of May because, you know, I learned from that lesson, right? It dragged them all season long. Then they came back and ended up winning the World Series. But then I was kind of like, I don't know, y'all. This is not looking good. It doesn't feel right. But then they started showing up. So I'm just going to say this. No more excitement from me on the Nats. I will just say what it is. Hey, listen, perhaps they will heat back up in a more consistent fashion, and we'll just go from there. I'll try to limit my excitement. I try to limit my excitement anyway about these teams. However, I'm just going to CWall is just going to keep going with the poker face on this one, okay? So I'll just try to be pleasant in that way. Now, last week, I also mentioned that Kyle was not going to enter the home run derby. But guess who has? Guess who has? That's right, Juan Soto. Juan Soto will be in this year's Major League Baseball All-Star Game Home Run Derby. So, to James's point, Juan is going to be in it. And I've seen reports and analysts saying, hey, maybe this home run derby is an opportunity for Juan to get his bat back going. Get his bat back going. Maybe this is a little bit of practice for him. Maybe he can get things moving and shaking again. Because this team, when everybody's healthy, everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, and the bats get to going, they're going to be hard to beat. That's for real. So, hey, Juan is in the home run derby. Activities and events going on all weekend. The game is next Tuesday, July the 13th, the All-Star game. Do you all know the other Nats that also made the All-Star game? So that was home run derby, but Juan Soto also, he made the All-Star team along with Kyle Schwarber and Trey Turner. They will represent the Nats next week. I'm excited about it. I think all three of those players are more than deserving of making this All-Star team and being on this All-Star team. So, this is the first time since 2018 where three Nationals players have made the National League roster in the All-Star game. Trivia time. Y'all know I got to throw some trivia in here. Did you notice last week I threw some trivia on y'all? Did y'all pick up on that? Well, I'm getting ready to throw some more trivia on you. Who were those three players in 2018 when the All-Star game was in the District of Champions? Who were those three players? I'm going to give y'all a minute. Because I know y'all know the answer to this question. I know you do. I'm so certain that you know the answer to this question. Who were those three players? And then after we share the answer to this trivia question, we're going to move on to the Wizards. And Joy is telling you in the chat, no Googling. We don't Google around here. Oh, Ron, I thought Ron had it. Said Harper, Scherzer, and Strasburg. You got 2 out of the 3. You got 2 out of the 3. Anybody else want to guess? Who were the 3 Nationals that made the All-Star game in 2018? I'm going to give you a minute. Not really a minute. More like 15 seconds. Rendon, listen. Bryce Harper, Max Scherzer, and Wallace has guessed it, Sean Doolittle. It was Sean Doolittle. One of my most favorite Washington Nationals. Former now, but always going to be a Washington National as far as I'm concerned. All right, we're switching over to the Wizards. Wizards fans, where are you? Where are you, Wizards fans? I need an update real quick, actually, Wizards fans. I need an update. And here's why. Because I'm on the show with you all. So I can check my phone and we can all check our phones at the same time. I'm looking at my messages. I don't have, oh, yes, I do. But that's not the message I was looking for. Jamal Mosley and Wes Unseld Jr. Both had scheduled interviews with the Wizards later this week. Now, last update I saw was that Jamal Mosley, the Orlando Magic, was closing in on a deal with Jamal Mosley. That's what last time I saw. Now, remember last week, again, we were here together on a Thursday on Coaching from the Couch. It was rumored that Wes Unseld Jr., that the Orlando Magic really, really, really wanted Wes Unseld Jr. So I'm like, y'all, for everybody that wants Wes Unseld Jr., I don't know, you might lose out to the Orlando Magic. Now this week, it's another target of the Wizards wanting to, another target for the Wizards wanting to be the head coach, and Jamal Mosley that is now come forward as the front runner for the Orlando Magic. Now, if Jamal Mosley is Thursday and Jamal Mosley is the front runner for the Orlando Magic, I guess he was supposed to interview with the Wizards tomorrow, so perhaps, I guess he just cancels his interview. If he ends up going to Orlando, he just won't meet with Tommy, I guess. I don't know. Ron, I see your comment. Please don't hire an Unseld. And listen, that is absolutely a fan favorite. And feel free, Ron, to comment in the chat box right here. Share your views in the comment section on why you do not want the Wizards to hire an Unseld. Share that absolutely. Earlier this week, reports were sharing that we had Jamal Mosley, Wes Unseld Jr., that Milwaukee's Darvin Ham and Charles Lee were also slated to meet with the Wizards again this week. So these are conversations that have been had, and then they were going for another round of interviews. So that's the latest that I've heard, you all, was that Jamal Mosley, Wes Unseld Jr. were still going to meet and have conversations with the Wizards. Wizards very impressed with both. However, Jamal Mosley is now supposedly moments away from being locked in with the Orlando Magic. So does that mean that it's Wes Unseld Jr.? Haven't heard much else about Sam Cassell or some of the others that we mentioned last week. So let's see. I'm with Johnny. Johnny said, just bring back Phil Jackson. Just whoever won a multitude of championships in the past, can you please just send them on over to the District of Champions so that the Wizards can get one within the last 40 years, please? That would be helpful. So, you know, and I know Joy is going to call me on the slight drag I just did. It was a slight drag. It wasn't a major drag. It was just slight. So, we'll continue to see. Russ doesn't seem to be an advocate for Phil Jackson per his comment, but you know, hey, whomever can see. Here's the thing. Here's my thing, and I've gotten on this soapbox. I got to get on this soapbox, and then let's talk a bit about potential draft picks for the Wizards. Like Wallace's point, get some young blood, some fresh ideas, faces, approaches to the game. But we're seeing teams make quick turnarounds. And the Wizards haven't made a quick turnaround in ever. Never. They just has not happened. So, you know, my thing is, who can come in here and make we're not in rebuild mode, because they've been the organization has been selling us that bill of lies for 40 years. So it's not a rebuild. So it has to be something that whomever the head coach and the staff that will be coming in with this coach, they have to be ready to hit the ground running. As I've mentioned before, develop the players that we have seen already be stagnant for quite some time, and get in some help. Get in the recruitment. Do well from a recruitment strategy perspective. So let's go there. And hey, listen, Wallace, that doesn't surprise me at all. If Woe was just saying that, it goes back to the point where I said earlier, it was Wes Unseld Jr. and it was Jamal Mosley. So if Jamal Mosley is now is going to the Orlando Magic, like I said, if they're within minutes of signing Jamal Mosley, then that leaves Wes Unseld Jr. I know for a fact those two names were consistently being discussed all week long. So then that confirms what I was just sharing a moment ago with you all, which was it was those two, Jamal Mosley, Wes Unseld Jr. Jamal is going to the Orlando Magic, then perhaps Wes Unseld Jr. is the leading front runner candidate for the head coach for the Washington Wizards. Still, as always, more to come. But I definitely know that those two were really, really, Tommy was quite impressed in thinking that they were absolutely a fit for the Wizards organization. Now, more to come, but I think it's big news. It's probably something that'll come up. It'll probably happen this evening or very soon, quite frankly. So be looking out for that news, you all. Be looking out for that news for sure. Wizards pre-draft workouts were happening all week long. I sat in on some of the interviews. What is today? Today is Thursday. So I did Tuesday, and I did half of yesterday. So did not engage in pre-draft workout interviews today. But they all seem great. They all seem fine. I'll be honest with you all and share. It's still a bit of a, I guess I need to see who the head coach is going to be. I need to see who the head coach is going to be and really try to figure out what's the direction of this team going forward. Like I said, for the players who are here, they need to be further coached and coached up and developed from a player perspective, and really just using for where the team is missing pieces and gaps. How can Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal recruit? How can the players get into the fold of that strategy of recruiting? a top veteran player here as well, coupled with strong player development and, of course, a strong emphasis on finally playing some defense. So we shall see. Do you all have any prime candidates that the Wizards should pick? I'll be honest. From the draft class, they all seem like great young men and very nice people. I think they're impressive in their interviews. So I'm excited to see what ends up happening. I do know a lot of folks, as James is sharing below, are very excited about Ayo and Josh. And yes, they do work out tomorrow. So I would plan on joining those interviews tomorrow. A lot of folks are excited about them. And so far, Ayo also got rave reviews in his workouts with Indiana. So we shall see. We shall absolutely see. I don't know. And that's all I'm going to say. I know tomorrow is like the big day. Everybody's really excited about the two players that are working out tomorrow. I know Ayo, like I just mentioned, had some great feedback from his workout with the Indiana Pacers. He is a hot commodity. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. It's 3 minutes left. How did we get here? Where was I spending all my time talking? But that's how it is. Because as you all know, when is there a dull moment in DC sports? Never. There's never a dull moment. And even when it's quiet, what have I told you all? Even when it's quiet, it's not really quiet. It's not really quiet. Washington football team. Wow, we have 3 minutes. I see Sherrod Oliphant, the originator, has checked in. He's checked in throughout this evening. Lead sports writer for CWall Sports and Entertainment. So everybody say what's up to Sherrod, the originator, Oliphant. Drop that in the comment section. So here was one thing that I wanted to share with you all last week. But with all of the conversation with, team ownership and all of that, I missed this. And I thought this was a fun topic. It was about the Fan Ambassador Network. Remember, we talked about this a few months ago. So the Fan Ambassador Network, all of the ambassadors have been picked. And I thought it was so super cool that how the ambassadors found out that they were now a fan ambassador for the Washington football team. Coach Rivera, they had a recorded direct message from Coach Ron Rivera. So I thought that was pretty dope and that was cool. As a reminder, on the Fan Ambassador Network, so there's the community network, right? They have 7 members, and their role is to help define the team's presence throughout the DMV. Then there's the culinary network. They have 5 members, and their role is to share thoughts on in-stadium and tailgate event food and beverage. The culture network to give insights on local art and lifestyle as well as team history. The entertainment network to provide ideas around integrating areas like music, dance, and gaming. Fashion network. They have 4 members. They're going to discuss opinions on merchandise and new gear. The Family Experience Network to help create game day activities that are enjoyable for parents and kids. And last but certainly not least, there is the Sunday Fun Day Network to represent the crowd looking to take advantage of every minute of their weekend while also safely rooting for the team. So the Fan Ambassador Network is in place. So kudos and congratulations to everyone who applied and those that actually happen to now be members of this network. Great things in store for them. Who's going to training camp? If you are going to training camp in Richmond, did you get your training camp fan pass? Did you get the fan pass? I'm trying to remind you. If you are going to training camp in Richmond, make sure you go online to get your fan pass. As you all know, and I see Latrilla, boy, she got her fan pass. That's right. Good. Awesome. Damon, I know you said that you want to. Make sure you want to, then just go and grab it. It's free. Just go and grab it. And then that way you have it, because it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So go ahead and just go and get that training camp fan pass. More to come. More to come. Now, as you all know, training camp in Richmond is only 4 days. That's July 28th, July 29th, 30th, and 31st. And then the team will be headed back to Ashburn on August the 1st. The organization and team still had to adhere to their contract responsibilities, the contract that they had with the city of Richmond, and since last year was during the pandemic, and away training camps were canceled by the NFL. The team, and that is considered away. I've had this conversation with people. It's like, that's not away because it's in the same state. It's not at your home facility. So since it's not at the home facility, they were unable to go to Richmond last year due to health and safety protocols. But they will be in Richmond for 4 days. Get your training camp pass, okay? Before we close out, I do have another Washington football team question, and I've been sitting here and I've been thinking, wow, because some people often ask, right? Well, which position group battle are you looking forward to the most? So I'm going to ask you all, before we close the show out for this evening, which position battle are you all looking forward to the most? As I can sit here and listen to that question and think about that question, the first thing I can say to myself is exactly what Damon said, and that's quarterback. That's quarterback. That's absolutely quarterback. Looking forward to the Ryan Fitzpatrick, Taylor Heineke show. The originator has shared offensive line. There's absolutely going to be a battle going down an offensive line. If you all do not think that there will be, I suggest that's a sleeper. That's a sleeper position battle right there, because of course, everyone knows that, quarterback is what we're all going to pay attention to. Absolutely. But that O-line could very well be a sleeper position battle that could just heat up something serious during the training camp time. I see the comment around defensive line. That's good. That's good. We know exactly who some of our tried and true members of the defensive line are, but there could still absolutely be some questions there as well. Wallace, I see your comment about wide receivers 4 through 6. Oh, the wide receiver battle gonna be something. That's gonna be something too. That's gonna heat up. Now, granted, the training camp starts when the fans and everybody's able to go to training camp in Richmond. Training camp will just be getting started, right? So that's where training camp is starting. But of course, the team will be back in Ashburn, and that is really where I think, when everyone starts getting comfortable, getting confident, once they really understand, I'm going to have to fight for my roster spot. I'm going to have to perform for my roster spot. I absolutely am looking forward to the wide receiver battle. Definitely tight ends. It's a deep tight end room. It's a lot of tight ends, which only indicates to me, as Ron Rivera and others of the position coaches have shared, this will be a battle you will have to fight for your spot. So, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Let's all just hope and pray for health, right? No injuries, healthy. Everybody stay healthy. And we're going to look forward to it. We're going to have a lot. As the weeks go on, we'll be talking more about just what to expect, what we're hearing coming out of camp, or as we anticipate camp. And then, of course, while camp is going on, there'll be plenty to talk about from a Washington football team perspective there as well. You all, we made it another week on Coaching from the Couch. Listen, I appreciate you all so much for tuning in and continuing to share the show and all of your feedback in the comment section. Listen, make sure you are sharing this show with your DC sports loving family and friends. You know, we're always making new friends here on Coaching from the Couch and with the CWall Sports and Entertainment team. We want your input. We want your conversation on all things DC sports, because as I always say, and as you all always know, there's never a dull moment in DC sports. So with that, you all have a great evening. Stay safe, and I will see you guys next week.